Welcome to another edition of YatlifeChronicles, where we are better together than separate. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in to another edition. Of course, we at the Creators Lounge today, down here with CookUpWitFo, man. And I was just telling Fo, man, we were just having a lot of discussion on the things that's going on in the black entertainment, you know, and a lot of things that's going on with celebrities. You know, so we wanted to get his take, man, and we wanted to get his output and some of his insights on some of this celebrity news, man, and some of these things that's been going on in the world.
It's been a lot.
A lot, man. So what you feel about, like, the encampment, man, with these students, you know what I'm saying, protesting the war that's going on overseas, you know?
You talking about the Palestinians?
Yeah.
I don't know too much about it. I be seeing little clips here and there, but I don't know what the origin is. So I can't even really speak about it like that because I don't know where the origin is at for real. But, you know, the world is up in an uproar right now, pretty much everywhere. And I mean, it's the differences. People got different lenses, so they feel strongly about how they feel, so they bucking back. Something I could think of, you know.
What you think about everything that's going on with the P. Diddy situation?
See, with the P. Diddy situation, I feel like that's been brewing to happen for the last 20 years for the most part. But one thing I can say, as far as sex trafficking and the things that he's alleged doing, I feel like it's some malice in the game, but at the same time, we all heard stories about Diddy. You feel me? So it's some truth to all of it.
But you got a lot of people saying that they never seen these type of behavior by him. Then you got a lot of people saying that, you know, that they have seen this behavior, but it seemed like they had some type of, where they crossed each other's paths the wrong way. So a lot of people,
I feel like people got their opinion about Diddy, you get what I'm saying, already. So they just looking for something. At the same time, we all heard stories about Diddy. You get what I'm saying? Even if we wasn't in the rooms or whatever the case may be, we all heard stories about this man. You get what I'm saying? But at the same time, I look at it from the lens of why now? You get what I'm saying? Why now? This been happening 20 plus years. Why now? And you got to look at what just happened in recent times. He got into it with the liquor company. The Ciroc and the De Leon people, the people that own these liquor companies. Because Diddy was suing them. Diddy was pursuing them. Now, all of a sudden, all this stuff come out about Diddy after they not doing business no more. So I look at that as motive on their side of things. They probably already had this dirt on him. You feel me? They probably already knew his little secrets or whatnot. But they didn't know how powerful he was as well, because I feel like he might got a lot on other people too. So I don't think Diddy is gonna go to jail. I think.
And human trafficking, that's some serious charges. Yeah, because I remember when I first learned about human trafficking.
It's sex trafficking.
Same thing.
It ain't. Sex trafficking is when I fly somebody out for sex. Human trafficking is damn near kidnapping.
Well, in Michigan, the laws, we don't have sex trafficking here. We have human trafficking. And the human trafficking laws are so new that they still figuring out, you know, how to take care of the legality of the human trafficking laws.
See,
it seemed like it's federal.
Yeah.
But it seemed like to me, as serious as that is, it seemed like
No,
they would at
definitely
least
serious.
have some charges or something by now.
No, like
you know.
I feel like they've been building their case. They already got quote unquote a case because they wouldn't have came the way they came. They wouldn't have raided the way they.
So
raided.
did we get any probable cause of what was the reason? Because
you know how the feds move. It's they ain't gonna ain't no leaks in that. You get what I'm saying? But at the same time, you know, I feel like, you know, Diddy is a part of something bigger than Diddy. This is why I feel like he's not going to get charged. He had politicians in there. He had princes. He had high level type people.
The hierarchy.
So this, we ain't just talking about rap celebrities. We talking about real
Kings and queens.
Yeah, we talking about real people.
Right.
So you gotta think. They like, ooh, if he do got footage of me. Ooh, if he do got this. That can't get out.
Because they
Let me make this call.
Because they said he recorded everything.
That's what I'm saying. Let me make this call.
Yeah.
Let me make sure this don't see the light of day.
Could that be the reason none of his friends stepped up and supported him
Of
in this
course.
situation?
Of course. Because I feel like all of them, come on now, you gotta think. Diddy, before he was the Diddy we knew, he was a party promoter. That's how he came in the game. He came in the game as a promoter. He threw the biggest parties New York City's ever seen.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? That's how he got his name. That's how he got his rank.
Right.
So that's why the phrase "ain't no party like a Diddy party." Like that phrase came from New York City in his city before he worked at Uptown and worked at these different
Because
labels.
when he was in college, he was throwing parties. That's what he started.
That's what I'm saying. So he known for parties, and that's what they plan on him on right now. Not saying
so what you
because you
saying
gotta think.
is so basically he rubbed somebody the wrong way, and somebody is basically
Now they shedding light on what he do at his parties, his after parties, and his parties after the after parties. Which I feel like now what surprised me with this whole case is you drugging them. Now that can send him away for sure. It's when you spiking drinks, when you spiking all this, it's like, bro, you Diddy. You don't even have to do that.
right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
In our minds. But in his mind, he might be insecure. He probably ain't got away with the ladies like that. You feel me? So he probably gotta play that role.
And I was looking at, even with me, I was looking at the Harvey Weinstein story.
Do you know he just got out?
No, he's not out. He just got some cases dropped, but he still got 16 years to do in New York. But I was saying to myself,
overturned.
He got one case, but it's another case he's
Yeah.
still doing time for. But I was saying to myself, if he had some black friends, man, to go get him some women, you know, take him to the strip club, to turn him on to some females.
I think
but
I think he had access to all that. He just was who he was. Think about it. He quote unquote the king of Hollywood.
But to be a man, like I say, man,
sometimes people are just sick. Some people just sick too.
He was just a predator, I guess. But I was saying to myself, like, man, all he needed was some black friends to go get him some women, and he wouldn't have to push up on these ladies like this.
But you gotta understand.
He bringing these ladies to his room.
But you gotta understand when they call it coercion or whatever. When
he was saying that soon as he walk into his room and he come back out, like he fully got all his clothes off, and she just thinking she just having a business meeting with him. You know, so it was like on some desperation type stuff.
See, but this the thing. They call it coercion, bro. Like when you're a person of power and in a position of power, you get these people to do whatever you want to get the role or get the put them in position. but you gotta do this and do that first. So he don't have meetings. He have tests. Like, all right, let's have a meeting.
You thinking
And
it's a
then
meeting,
I'm about to be fully naked in here. Not me, but he about to be fully naked in here. Do you want the role or not? And now it ain't. See, this is what where it gets tricky at. You either going to do it or you're not.
Like a sacrifice. Like you gotta sacrifice this to get that.
No, not even necessary sacrifice. It's a choice. Because he ain't got nobody with a gun to their head to come fuck him. They made that choice because they want that role. See, that's where it gets tricky. Same thing with Cassie. You was with Diddy for 10 plus years. You knew what he was doing. And you went along with it.
It seemed like she didn't tell somebody in her family or her
you
her
went along with it. But
somebody didn't say.
But when you're a man of power, you can take all that away. You can take all that away. Man, what you talking to them for? Man, matter of fact, man, go to church right quick. Go to vacation right quick. You don't need to talk to them. Like, when you're in position of power, bro, like, it's a different thing. People can't fathom it in a normal, regular way. You get what I'm saying? She wanted that lifestyle. She wanted this. I ain't saying what Diddy did to her is right, but it was a choice. It was a choice.
You could have left after the second year, the
third
year, the fourth year, the fifth year.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Because you wanted that lifestyle. You wanted another album under Bad Boy. You wanted to be his wife.
Was you thinking she wanted
to be his wife.
Because she been a couple steps ahead of Diddy? Like, you do.
No, she played it. She played it, the way she played it.
Because he paid her out quick.
But this the thing, though, bro.
30 million, that's a lot of money.
But this the thing, bro. He tried to pay her that 30 million before she came out. People ain't peeping the paperwork. He tried to pay her before she went public. She deliberately denied him to go to the court and do a lawsuit just to put the eyes on it. That's why he paid her out so quick, because he was already trying to pay her, bro. You know what I'm saying? She was trying to write a book. She was trying to do all this, do that.
Tell all.
Yeah. He was trying to pay her before it even got to the public. So when it got to the public, people like, dang, why he pay her so quick? Why he pay so? Because he was already ready to pay her. You know what I'm saying? So it made Diddy look bad because you paid out somebody so fast that you set her
guilty.
Yeah. She knew how to play it. And then she knew once he paid out that quickly, other people was going to start popping up. And then once it got a little bit more attention, the feds was going to look at it. It's like, dang, he paying all these people off. What's going on over there? You get what I'm saying? So, and now she's cooperating with them. You get what I'm saying?
For criminal charges.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that.
And so no NDA.
So
nothing no more.
What's your take on it? What you hope things look like at the end of this?
I feel like, I mean, if I ain't gonna wish nothing on nobody. All I'm saying is, as far as accountability, you know what I'm saying? If you did what you did, you did what you did. If they playing a dirty game, I feel like they need to be prosecuted for playing a dirty game. Like,
so everybody should get that karma.
Just accountability across the board. Like, you know, I don't know what that man do on his whatever time. You get what I'm saying? He always was being a little weird.
And
you know
what I
mean?
And he got, because I was watching the documentary, the TMZ documentary with.
See, I ain't watching it.
And Stevie J is like the only person, man, that's been, ride or die with him.
You gotta ask yourself why. Why only him? Why only him? And then you see what Sean just said. You see that?
I ain't see that yet.
Man, Sean went out on the interview and said he was the fall guy. That Diddy the one shot her. Shot that woman in 99 in the face.
I seen the woman come out and say that. And
he didn't say it deliberately. He was like, did you see the girl that just came out? Woo, said this, said that. Everybody knew I was the fall guy.
He did 10 years, or did
he? Yeah. And then one thing that I caught in that interview when he was saying, he was like, I thank Diddy for his contribution to Belize. Because he paid him.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to think, like, it's truths to everything, but it's a lot of things that be exaggerated to paint narratives and pictures of who people are. But at the same time, I feel like Sean was a stand-up guy doing all that. People was just trying to call him, talking about he was telling dry snitching on the interview, whatever. He already did his time. He's in a political game now in Belize for his people. He damn near more like a president. Right. He moving like that.
Right. So it's a certain way he have to move it.
Yeah, but his political, his rivalry, political people always hang this over his head.
About that shooting.
Yes. So they painting that narrative in Belize on Sean. So that's why the interview came out the way it did. And he was like, I always been a fall guy. I've been saying this since. They ain't do no DNA test. They ain't do no forensics. They only picked the gun, didn't even match. He was just the fall guy.
Period.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's why I'm like, that's wild. And then the lady came out and deliberately said Diddy the one that shot me.
I seen that.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean.
So, man, we have yet to see, how this thing gonna fold, man, So, like, we can't make no assumptions right now. Just we got to see what the courts provide. And, everybody gonna have public opinion. But,
But if they found something in them houses, bro.
Man.
If they found something in them houses, yeah, he might do time. But the powerful people he got dirt on, I feel like don't want him to have that pressure because Diddy, I feel like he'll flip on everybody.
He won't be the fall guy.
Exactly. Diddy ain't trying to go to jail forever.
So listen, man, we want to move on topics, man. Because I know you've been watching a lot of the YSL trial, man, the Young Thug trial, man, and it just seemed like they trying to make a mockery of Young Thug, man.
Young Thug coming home
and got him on trial, man. Just making a mockery of a black man, man, and no evidence, no tangible evidence, man, to place him at any of these things that they allegedly saying he doing.
I feel like Young Thug gonna come home. It's gonna be a big thing when he come home. As far as with this trial, I just don't see how they put it like this. If he could get convicted, he only gonna do like 5 years, 6 years. It ain't gonna be nothing crazy. And they gonna mark him for time served, just like how they doing with Lucci. You know what I'm saying? Lucci finna come home like in a month or two. You know what I'm saying? Because all time served. I feel like that's how they gonna do with Thug. Because he been in there, 2 years? 2 years now? Damn near. Or whatever. But like, they gonna hit him with time served. And he gonna go home. It's gonna be a W for everybody. They still got the conviction. But, you get what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be nothing. You feel me? They doing all this. They wasting all these tax people money.
Saying that they might not get done with this trial to 2027.
The YSL trial, I feel like it is a total circus. The witnesses they having on there is not very cooperative. But they got hard evidence on crimes being committed in YSL, but I don't see
any direct evidence
that's
put
tied to
Young Thug.
Young Thug. But they trying to make Thug the leader of it, which they ain't really got no evidence for. You feel me? So I just feel like it's a circus, and it's gonna unfold how it unfold.
Yeah. And man, keep this thing moving, man, because CookUpWitFo got sessions he got to take care of. You know,
We gotta get to that Kendrick.
Beats being produced. And man, he been pimping, man. If y'all ain't checked out that new video him and Fresh Rich did, man, y'all better check that out.
LaDonna, drive season.
Drive season. But we want to ask CookUpWitFo one more thing, man, because this Kendrick Lamar and this Drake beef is eating up. You know, things getting hot in the kitchen. So I want to ask you, CookUpWitFo, do you believe that this beef between Kendrick Lamar and Drake are primarily fueled by personal animosity or strategic marketing tactics?
I really feel like K-Dot don't like Drake. You know what I'm saying? Like, in a sense of, don't get me wrong, like the Future beef, the J. Cole, all that, I feel like all that was like kind of strategical marketing. But I really feel like K-Dot feel the way he feel about Drake. You feel me? I feel like he's speaking for the culture in a sense of hip hop, not just like mainstream or what's going on or like, you know, who the hottest, who got the most hits or nothing like that. I think he's speaking from an aspect of, bro, like, we don't like nothing that you really do. We just give you a pass based on, you know, you talented.
Do you think,
we fuck with your music, but
do you think Drake been getting a pass from
Drake
us in the black community for this? Yeah, because Ross been going hard on him, man.
A fact.
We've been getting him a pass.
A fact. A 100% a fact. You get what I'm saying? Because you got to think who Drake is, though, bro. Like, look how many resources he has, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look. You're a mixed Jew from Canada. You get what I'm saying? And you got all the resources behind you. Universal behind you, Cash Money behind you, Jay Prince behind you.
Every top dog in the game.
Every top dog in the game behind
working with the NBA.
You get what I'm saying?
Michael Jordan.
Nike, all that stuff. You get what I'm saying? You got all the bells and whistles. Why was never an uproar when he started painting his nails? Why wasn't never an uproar when he sliming out his own homeboys, fucking all they girls, but he in your face like this? Why there ain't no uproar when we find out he ain't taking care of his son and not being a man? You feel me? Let somebody else do that.
So what you think slid him into this tight little pipe he had? You know, what fueled it?
I ain't gonna say, cause it's, when you in hip hop, it's friendly competition. It's competition. You get what I'm saying? It ain't no kumbaya shit. That's why I fuck with K-Dot. You get what I'm saying? On how he feel about how he feel. You get what I'm saying? But at the same time, he was keeping it, you know, friendly for years, but Drake, over the years, always sneak this man. Always. On all the features, on all of that. So that's when Kendrick dropped Control years ago. And said what he said. Because Drake is notorious of sneak dissing people. Doing subliminals and
Kanye say he been doing it for forever.
Man, forever. You know what I'm saying? So it just
what you think about J. Cole and, you know, his diss, and then he went on stage and recanted, apologized, and wanted to take it down off his streaming sites, and
I think that was just a play, bro. I'm gonna keep it a bean. Like I think he sincerely felt like that too. But I feel like it was a strategic move for him. Because think about what that album called that diss was on. Might Delete Later. That's what the album called. You get what I'm saying? And then his next album called The Fall Off. So you gotta think strategically. Like, he's playing a villain right now, and I feel like it's gonna give him longevity. He gonna drop that last album. People gonna listen. I don't care what people talking about. People gonna listen to that album. But after that album, he's going to go black. And then the real J. Cole fans and the people that really fuck with him is going to want more. So he gonna take a 4-year break, 5-year break, and they gonna keep wanting new material from him. And it's gonna create longevity. And I'm a J. Cole fan. I hated that he did that, bro. I hated that because it ain't hip hop to do that. You know what I'm saying?
And it really ain't his character.
No, it is his character. That's why it's acceptable. You feel me? That's why he just never. J. Cole never been battle tested. You feel me? Like,
so
nobody
this is
ever.
First time?
Yeah, nobody ever came at J.
Why
Cole.
you think Drake ain't never go out Pusha T?
That's because Pusha T had said some real things about him that he didn't know how to respond to.
And that beat was cold.
Yeah, like he said some real things that he didn't know how to respond to, and he still ain't. You know what I'm saying? He still can't. You get what I'm saying? And because what he's saying is real.
Right.
He ain't going on a song talking about a man foot size. You get what I'm saying? He ain't going on there telling people drop and give me 50 and do push-ups. Like, what does that mean?
And before we get out of here, because one thing because you very engaged when it comes to the music, and to be beefing out here and to have this, to have the beef. I was listening at you as you were saying, those who have the latest moments on you basically is the one that wins. Who know your most recent moves.
Not necessarily that's what makes you win. That's what makes you cry.
Because that gave you, I mean,
it give you an edge.
In the booth.
It give you an edge, like I really do this. Like I just pulled up the credits. I just pulled up the credits on push-ups, and I pulled up the credits on Euphoria. Why is 3 writers on push-ups?
Right.
And why is only 1 writer on Euphoria, which is Kendrick Lamar? So we gotta do the math here.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? You got all the resources in the game. Like I've been telling people, bro, this is culture versus mainstream, bro. We going against Jews. I ain't saying like Jews like we going against them for real, but we talking about like
musically.
Music, like they own a lot of things in our culture.
Right.
You feel me? But it's our culture.
Right.
You feel me? It's culture versus mainstream. You know? We're not gonna make it a racial thing. It's culture versus mainstream, and I feel like Kendrick is speaking for the culture.
And man, speaking of the culture, man, we gotta protect our IPs, man. What he was just talking about, man, our intellectual properties,
That's
man.
a fact.
Things being created from our own mind, man. Stop letting these other people own our stuff. That's what he was saying. You know.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I do the right deal for you. You get what I'm saying? But don't always be that slave. You gotta know how to. You gotta crawl before you walk. But if you know how to walk when you get in the game, you better walk right. You feel me? But outside of that, it's just, you know, play the game how it go.
There you have it, man. Go with the flow. So, man, what you got coming up next, man? Give me your IG before we get out of here.
CookUpWitFo 989. Y'all gonna follow me on the gram, YouTube, Creators Lounge Network. You know, we got podcasts coming up. We got more projects finna drop, more events coming up. So y'all just stay tuned. Y'all get with me on Facebook. You know, what's happening for CookUpWitFo. You know, and then we'll just tap in. If you need studio time, videos, beats, or anything like that, pay what you weigh. Just shoot me an inbox. What's your budget? Pay what you weigh.
And man, there you have it, man. And it's always a pleasure, man, to have my cousin on the show, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, You know, for the ones that's been watching us, we've been doing this for a while, you know. So we always gonna bring the latest and the greatest to you, you know, whenever we get the time. You know, he be so busy, so I try to get him and try to dig off into his mind when he got some free time for us. But to you guys out there, whether you're working, whether your business, your entrepreneur, whatever you're doing out there, we wish you congratulations on your journey, and we wish you much prosperity. We ask that you wake up every day. Make sure you're not daydreaming and wondering. Just make sure you have a centralized focus with your thoughts, and make sure that your thoughts is molding yourself to have a purpose in life.
And execute.
There you have it. So, thank you guys for tuning in to another edition of Yacht Life Chronicles, where we are better together than separated. Thank you guys for tuning in.